Hi, fourth graders. Thank you for coming to our language lesson. Please be sure you're on page 101. We're going to do a lot of review today because tomorrow you have a language test. All right, and be sure that you do that language test before the weekend because I know you don't want to have to do or think about homework on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, please be sure you're on page 101, like 101 Dalmatians. All right, as you can tell, it says review on top. Think A says, underline each pronoun. Draw an arrow from the pronoun to its antecedent. Now, the antecedent is the noun to which the pronoun is referring. I'll go over this. So, number 1, it says, Mrs. Perry told the students, today we will discuss animals of the Dominican Republic. Interesting. Dominican Republic is a small country in, I believe, Central America, if I'm not mistaken. We'll look more into that at our Zoom meeting. So let's look for some pronouns. I, you, she, he, it, we, they. Me, you, him, her, it, us, them. My, mine, your, yours, his, her, hers. It's, our, their, and theirs. I see one. I just see one pronoun. It is we, and I need to underline it because that's what the direction says. I know we're used to circling, and circling is way more prominent, but we will underline. Okay, we. All right, oops, let me try. We, there you go, I did it in green. Now, who is we talking about? Is it talking about Mrs. Perry, that's her name, or the students, or both? We refers to Mrs. Perry and the students. So I'm going to draw an arrow from we to students and to Mrs. Perry. Now I know it's talking about both of them because she says we will discuss. And she's not just going to have a discussion with herself. She's not going to just talk to herself about the animals in the Dominican Republic. She's going to talk with the students about the animals, right? So she is involving herself. That's what the pronoun we means. You and another group of people or another person. Number 2, Cooper said, I have heard about the Hispaniolan. Oh, I hope I said that right. I have heard about the Hispaniolan. I don't want to butcher this, so I'll say it one more time, but slower. I have heard about the Hispaniolan, I did it, Hispaniolan solenodons and want to know more about them. Wow, I have never heard about these animals. Okay, I'm going to look this up. Hispaniolan solenodons and want to know more about them. I do too, Cooper. Okay, do you see the pronoun here? I, you, she, he. I think you see it. It's I. See? Oh, I'm supposed to underline it. I. Now, who is I talking about? It's talking about these animals? The Hispaniolan solenodons? No, it's talking about Cooper. So I'm going to draw an arrow from I to Cooper. Ooh, number 3 is very fascinating sentence because even Mrs. Perry doesn't know what this animal is. The solenodon is not familiar to me, Mrs. Perry replied. This is where I stopped because I want us to continue this at our Zoom meeting. I just read it again, or I just read it because I thought, you know what, Mrs. Perry, I want to know about this animal too. Alrighty. But I hope you understand the idea. This is level 4 thinking. You're breaking the sentence apart. You're looking for the pronouns and then referring them to their antecedent. Like, what are they talking about? Think B. Choose the best pronoun from the box to complete each sentence. So we're not going to use all the pronouns in the song. We're only going to use these pronouns in this box. So we've got I, me, us. Are, you, your. He, his, him. They, them, their. All right. Let's do this. Oh, that's it. Let's continue using green. At the science fair award ceremony, the students waited to hear blank results. Now, what would be the best pronoun? You can't say at the science fair award ceremony, the students waited to hear I results. So you can't just throw any pronoun in there. Or at the science fair award ceremony, the students waited to hear them results. So you've got to be very careful in choosing the right pronoun based on the context of the sentence. The sentence is talking about students, okay? So there's more than one, and it's talking about something they own. So we know it's going to be possessive. So I believe the best pronoun, and not just the best, the correct pronoun to use would be there. At the science fair award ceremony, the students waited to hear their results. Okay, because there is a possessive pronoun. It talks about a group of people and what they owned. Number 2, there's 2 blanks here. So we'll just do number 2 and then move on so we can do 3 and 4 at our Zoom meeting. The principal greeted the parents and guests, saying, "The students in blank would like to welcome you to blank ceremony." The students in blank. He could have just said something like, "The students would like to welcome you to the ceremony or to the ceremony," but I think he wants to include himself. He wants to say, not only do the students welcome you, but this person talking right here wants to welcome you. And who's talking? The principal. So the principal is not going to say, "The principal and the students want to welcome you," because that wouldn't make sense if he talks about himself like that. If I talked about myself like that, "Mr. Vera would like to teach a lesson." That would sound kind of funny to talk to myself like that, to refer to myself like that. So since he is referring to himself, he is saying, he's either going to use I or me. Now, he could say, "The students in me would like to welcome you." But look here, welcome, would like is the verb. So which of these, I or me, goes before the verb? Would it be I would like to welcome you or me would like to welcome you? I. So it's I would like to welcome you. So he's going to say the students right here, the students in I, and I know that's a long space for just a short pronoun, but I think they did that to kind of throw you off a little. The students in I would like to welcome you to blank ceremony. Now here in this context, this ceremony is something that belongs to the school, and the school includes the students and the teachers and the staff. So here, if it includes something they own and that belongs to them, we're going to use a possessive pronoun. And since the principal is talking about himself with a group of other folks, that means he's going to use a possessive pronoun of our. So he's saying, "The students and I would like to welcome you to our ceremony." Now, of course, he can say, "We would like to welcome you to the ceremony. We would like to welcome you to this ceremony." But he wants to make it more personal, so he says our ceremony. So you see how when we have to choose the correct word for the blank, there's a lot to consider, and it's not just, oh, I'll put in, a pronoun that makes sense, or I'll put in any pronoun. It really involves a lot of critical thinking. All right, so we'll do 3 and 4 at our Zoom meeting. Think C. In the blank, write the correct pronoun for the orange words. Ooh. Underline the correct verb in parentheses twice. Oh, okay. So I'm going to read it as if there's no blank, all right? So pretend this blank is not there. Michael carries his small toolbox outside. All right. So instead of saying Michael, I can use a pronoun. I can say he. All right. Now, which verb should I underline? He carries his small toolbox outside. He carry his small toolbox outside. What sounded correct when you read or when I read it out loud? Carries, right? So I'm going to underline carries twice. He carries his small toolbox outside. Number 2. He, Justin, and Dad. So they're talking about Michael, Justin, and Dad. So it's a group of people. So if it's a group of people, their pronoun could be they. They is fixing up the treehouse, or they are fixing up the treehouse. It's are, huh? So I'm going to write they. They, I know that's tiny, I'm so sorry. They are fixing up the treehouse. We'll do 3 and 4 at our meeting, okay? If you want to try it on your own, that's good. In fact, if you want to do A, B, and C on your own, that's cool. That helps with your development of critical thinking. Think D. Ooh, fun. Homonyms. We have to use the correct homonyms in the blank to fill in or complete the sentence. Ooh, okay. So their grandmother baked a cake for your birthday. Their grandmother baked a cake for your birthday. We're only going to do one, all right? Is it Their as in they own the grandmother, or is it their as in their grandmother baked a cake? All right, I hope you said their as in ownership. Oh, I have to circle it this time. Their grandmother baked a cake for your birthday. So it's a possessive word. They own the birthday. So we can't say you are because it doesn't make sense. Their grandmother baked a cake for your birthday. Their grandmother baked a cake for your birthday. Alrighty. You can try 2 and 3 on your own. All right. So here's what we did. We did a lot of review with pronouns and even homonyms. Exciting. And when to use them in the best way to even use pronouns. So I hope you, even though this was a review, I hope you learned something new, especially with this critical thinking part in Think B. Alrighty. Be sure to watch the math videos, and I'll see you at our meeting.